This is Glanbaedan roundabout. In this video we're going to be breaking the roundabout down from two directions, showing you how to use it correctly and the common faults made on this roundabout. So let's get straight into it. So here I'm travelling up the A465 Heads of the Valleys Road towards Glanbaedan. So just coming into view now, we have a direction sign which is informing us that our exit is in half a mile, giving you plenty of notice if you were overtaken to return back to the left hand lane in time for the exit. Coming up ahead now, you will see the countdown markers for our exit. These are marked out in 100-yard intervals, counting down 300, 200 and 100 yards till the junction. I'm going to stop here for a moment just for a quick chat about signal timing. This spot here, right between the 300 and the 200 yard marker, is the sweet spot for checking our mirrors and giving the signal. This gives other road users plenty of time to see our intended action. Signalling later than this could mean that other road users haven't got enough time to see our signal and react to what we intend to do. Signalling much earlier than this could look like the signal has been left on from a previous action. Looking ahead now, you can see the sign telling us that we are at our exit, shortly followed by the exit markings and the entrance to the slip road. Upon exiting the dual carriageway, I will ease off the gas and start to reduce my speed. Looking ahead now, you can see the roundabout direction sign coming into view, which we will stop at to get a better picture. At the roundabout, we're going to be taking the third exit right, following the road sign for Glanbaedan and Crickhowell. At the top left of the screen, I have now inserted a clock face to help illustrate the 12 o'clock rule. So using the 12 o'clock rule, we can see that Glanbaedan and Crickhowell is to the right hand side of 12 o'clock in the blue zone, telling us that we need to use the right hand lane on the approach to the roundabout. Let's now take a look at the entry to the roundabout. As we are approaching the roundabout now, we need to start using the brake to really bring that speed down. Visibility to the right on the approach to this roundabout is very low until we actually get to the give-way lines. So I would recommend dropping down into first gear. I have now put up an image to show the low visibility to the right, and the reason I would recommend dropping down into first gear. This could vary depending on the car you are driving. Also take note of the speed signs that we have just passed, as if there are no speed signs on the entry to the new road, the speed is the same as the last sign that we saw. As we enter the roundabout now, we keep to the right lane until we have passed the second exit. You will notice as I pass the second exit, I move out into the left hand lane. I have stopped us here again for a quick explanation. In my experience, I have seen a lot of cars stay in the right hand lane here. What happens then is they get overtaken by a car in the left hand lane. Then when they come to their exit, they are blocked off by the car in the left hand lane and unable to take the exit safely. Now let's take a look at exiting the roundabout. It is important as we leave the roundabout now that we stick to the left lane. At this point it is tempting to take the route marked out in red. The problem with this is you are going to cut off any cars potentially in the right hand lane. So the route marked out in green is the correct path to take for this exit. As you can see, there are no speed limit signs on the entry to the new road. So the speed limit is 30 miles per hour as per the previous sign. Now we are going to take a look at the same junction again, without all the stopping, so that you can see it as one clean drive. This will help you to get a better idea of how to drive it, as obviously you won't be stopping. So I would like you to follow the next road sign for Gilwern and Crickhowell. If you are liking this video so far, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. This will help me to understand which content is preferred and what to make more of. Check your centre and left mirror, then apply your signal. So a reminder that we are following road signs for Crickhowell and Gilwern. Exit the dual carriageway now and start to reduce your speed. And again, following the road sign for Gilwern and Crickhowell. So start to bring your speed right down now, checking your centre and right mirror before you give a signal. Take note of the new speed limit and make sure that we are under before the signs. Bring that speed right down now and into first gear. So we are safe to go off the clutch and onto the gas. Checking your centre and your left mirror before giving a signal to move out to the left lane. Keep it to the left now as we exit the roundabout. Check your mirrors to see if anyone has followed you into the new road. Then make progress up to the speed limit. Now we are going to look at approaching the roundabout from the B4246. This is the entrance marked out with the green arrow. So I have now just come through Glanbaedan, heading down the B4246 towards Glanbaedan roundabout. I will break this roundabout down in the same way that I did the previous, so shortly we will see the roundabout sign, which I will stop at so that we can take a better look. If there are any areas of Abergavenny you would like me to break down, leave a message in the comments. We will be taking the second exit following the road sign for Crickhowell and Gilwern. So looking at the picture of the road sign that I have just put up now, we can see that our exit is to the left of 12 o'clock. So on the clock face, it's in the red zone telling us that we need to use the left-hand lane at the roundabout. Let's now move on and take a look at the entrance to the roundabout. Now that we have decided upon our exit, we need to check our mirrors, take up our position and start reducing our speed. I'm going to pause the video here so I can explain this entry. Looking at the lines on the screen now, we will start with the red, as this is the common fault that is made on the entry to the roundabout. What happens here is the driver will approach steering to the right, focusing on whether they are safe to go or not. And then as they enter the roundabout, they don't steer wide enough out to the left, causing them to follow the path marked out in red. The problem with this is you are cutting off any cars that are wanting to turn right at the roundabout. The correct path to follow is the one marked out in green. To achieve this, we need to be at an appropriate speed that allows us to see what traffic is coming from the right and the direction that our car is travelling in. So I would recommend dropping the speed down to less than 10 miles an hour and popping it into first gear. This will allow you to have the time to look in both directions. Again, the gear will be dependent on the car that you are driving. So let's move on and take a look at the rest of the roundabout. Following the roundabout out nice and wide into the left-hand lane to make sure that we are not cutting off any traffic on the inside lane of the roundabout. As we pass the first exit of the roundabout now, checking our mirrors and giving a signal. And as the same as the first part of the video, we make sure that we keep to the left as we exit the roundabout. There are no speed limit signs on the entry to the new road, so the speed limit is still 30 miles per hour. As you have come this far in the video, you are obviously interested in the content, so if you would like to see more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button. Now we are going to take a look at the same route again, but without the stopping. Again, this will put it all together for you in one smooth run. At the roundabout, we will be taking the second exit, following the road sign for Crickhowell and Gilwern. Off the gas now and start reducing your speed, ready for the roundabout. Bring that speed right down now and pop it into first gear. Make sure that we keep to the left now as we enter the roundabout. As we pass the first exit, check in your centre and your left mirror to make sure that it's safe before giving the signal. Then pop a signal on to let other road users know that we are exiting. Keeping it to the left now as we exit the roundabout. Check the mirrors into the new road and make progress up to the speed limit.